A few days ago, Nintendo released what is probably their best game trailer ever. Breath of the Wild keeps amazing us with beautiful environments, gorgeous music, satisfying gameplay, and what looks like an epic story. There is much to talk about, so I decided to grab 10 small details with big implications. You're watching Zelda Puzzle Smashers. Let's get right to it. 1. The Great Deku Tree. So everyone has pointed out the Great Deku Tree. He's awesome. Look at him. He even has the same face as in Ocarina of Time. And he is surprised that Link doesn't remember him. Ocarina of Time sequel? But did you forget that the Deku Tree dies in Ocarina of Time? He is succeeded by the Deku Tree Sprout. The Wind Waker suggests that this sprout becomes the Great Deku Tree in the Wind Waker, because he mistakes Link for the hero of time. But this new tree looks completely different. In my timeline theory, I explained why I don't believe this Link is one from a previous game, or that this would be a direct sequel to another Zelda. If the Great Deku Tree dies in Ocarina of Time, he cannot show up in Breath of the Wild. So I think this Great Deku Tree is a new one. He looks like the one in Ocarina of Time, which is a nice reference. He remembers Link, not from Ocarina of Time, but from 100 years ago. 2. Animal Companions. This little message here explains you can whistle to call your horse or another companion. We already knew you could whistle Wolf Link, but this message doesn't just talk about him. It's more general, so it means there will indeed be multiple companions, like we were already hoping. In fact, we may have already seen such companions. Look at this walrus-looking animal pulling Link forward through the desert. I do feel a bit sorry for the creature. His happy look suggests that he's completely oblivious of the danger that Link is putting him in. I wonder if we'll be able to do this shield surfing trick with horses or with dogs, or maybe on the ocean with a swimming creature? We now know that you can feed dogs and they'll follow you around. Because all gameplay in new areas was done by Nintendo employees, even on the show floor, no one got the chance to test this feature. It looks like it might actually have been shown off by accident. Will these dogs fight for you like Wolf Link does? We'll have to find out, but it seems likely. People have also been speculating that Zelda or some of the other characters will be possible companions during gameplay, but I don't think we can conclude that quite yet. None of the shots with them showed any gameplay. The scenes with Zelda, for example, could all be cutscenes from the past. I could come up with a possible explanation, but I don't want to go into possible story spoilers. 3. 4 mechanical beasts, the dungeons. Several people have pointed out that the 4 Sheikah Tech beasts could be the dungeons. I want to repeat that thought, because I totally called it a few months ago. I calculated the size of that giant of Death Mountain and discovered just how huge it is. I thought it could be based on a scorpion, but now it looks more like a gecko. I then speculated that we'd have to defeat him from the inside, and that there could even be a shrine inside of him. It almost seemed too good to be true, but it wasn't. Nintendo didn't just throw in random scenes of shrines into this trailer. They show these beasts, they show their insides. You can even see the corruption of the Calamity Ganon, something that you don't see in the shrines. And even this shrine has the shape of the neck of the gecko. Before E3 last year, there was a rumor that the game would have 4 regular dungeons and 100 mini-dungeons. That was before the 100+ shrines were announced. Since then, we have been speculating about the other half of the rumor. Are there really just 4 dungeons? Well, at least now we know where that rumor came from. Still, there might be more to it than just 4 bigger shrines. In the trailer, you can see a few indoor scenes with Link fighting enemies. Perhaps you will need to go through an old-fashioned dungeon before you get the ability to enter these beasts. 4. Overworld bosses. In case you're worried you won't get enough boss fights, the overworld seems to be full of them. This Teptalis is in another place than the one at E3. This guy, which may be a Hinox, also isn't as unique as we thought earlier. One showed up in a Switch reveal trailer with a piece of Sheikah tech around his neck. This new one is in a different place and will apparently reward us with a bunch of strong weapons. So what other bosses could show up? This shot doesn't show a boss, but a stealth moblin. Could there be skeleton versions of bosses too? Oh wait, we already saw that. 5. NPC interactions. The old man reacts to what you are wearing. If you approach him in your undies, he'll ask you if you're not chilly. And there's more. Beetle jumps away if you ride too close to him. We already saw the old man react to Link lighting a fire. And lots of NPCs look at Link as they pass by or even try to start a conversation. I think I can piece together a whole video on NPC behavior in Breath of the Wild. I'll put it on the list for a possible future analysis. 6. Save files and the ability to replay cutscenes. Take a look at the opening screens of the game. You can see a long list of save files. Some of them are marked with an autosave stamp, but this one here isn't. So that should mean it's possible to manually save your game as well. Earlier, I was a bit worried that the autosave system would be like in Twilight Princess. There, if you use up all your potions and then you die, you respawn at the beginning of the area. All your potions will be gone and you start with 3 hearts. I really didn't like that because it discouraged using potions and other consumables. A system like this is much better. You simply load the last save file and you go back in time. This also encourages trying out crazy stuff, like jumping from high places or taking on bosses that are way out of your league. Another interesting detail can be found in the adventure log. On the left you see the main quest, on the right you see a tab called Memories. This is where you can look back at cutscenes that you have unlocked. People have been asking me how storytelling will work in a non-linear game, so I'll also make an in-depth analysis video for that, in a few weeks. 7. Zelda being big in her own game. You heard that voice say, "Save my daughter." The German translation of this line specifies that the daughter is indeed Zelda. We can derive even more info from the French translation, but again that would be story spoilers. Remember those days where you met Zelda in the beginning of the game, then didn't really see her until the end? Well, this new trailer paints a different picture for Breath of the Wild. Skyward Sword already did a great job of creating an emotional bond with Zelda, but this game is taking it to the next level. 8. Music. When Nintendo showed off their new music, fans were worried, me included. Nintendo explained that the open world nature of the game meant it was harder to play one tune in one area. What we heard consisted of minimalistic piano tunes. They were charming, touching even, but did this mean the end of Zelda's more epic music style? Far from it. We have now had 3 trailers, each with unique epic music. But there are more good signs. The limited editions of the game come with a music CD. There are 24 tracks on the CD, and I doubt all of those will consist of a few slow piano chords. Together with the trailer music, it proves that Nintendo isn't trying to get away easy. 9.
Here it comes!
The French translation of this line says, "Il est à toi," it is for you. The German version says, "Viel Spaß damit," have fun with it. That means this Goron is giving something to Link. It's unlikely to be a rune, so what could it be? An outfit to withstand the incredible heat of Death Mountain? Or perhaps something cooler, if they think the Germans will have fun with it. 10. Link's hairstyle. The high ponytail that we saw at E3 was thought to be part of the outfit. Putting on these clothes could have automatically changed how Link wears his hair. It's hard to see, but in this scene we see the same hairstyle again, but Link wears different armor. We can't confirm anything yet, but it's really starting to look like we can customize Link's hairstyle. And if we can't change it whenever we want, perhaps we can at certain tradesmen at the stable or a village. Who knows what else we will be able to customize. There you go, 10 snippets of information that reveal so much about the game. So by now you might be thinking, you forgot this one very important detail. Well, I'm not done analyzing yet. You may have also noticed that I've tried avoiding story spoilers in this video. In the upcoming weekly analysis, I'll talk about how I will keep on analyzing the game while maintaining a spoiler-free YouTube channel. So, see you in a few days. Consider subscribing or giving this video a share. I'm Stefan and you've been watching Zelda Pot Smashers.